finding people and putting them into space. And from that piece of magic was just brilliant. Just his running game, the swerve, the speed, the agility. Wow.
He is some sort of sight, isn't he, at full flight. Michael Gordon, who is a speedster, couldn't pick him up. From right in front, Luke Burt adds the extra 2. They're dancing now. They were just about to burn their jumpers at 22 points to 0. Now they lead by 8, 13 remaining, and it's a new ground record for CUA Stadium at 22,582. I didn't think they could get that many back in here.
Well, I don't know whether they could have fitted any more people in here because there's not a spare seat in the joint.
What a game they've seen. The Parramatta fans who made the trip up the M4 will talk about this for a long time to come. They looked as though they might have been back on Monday night against the Cowboys. And you were changing your philosophies, your theories at 22 points to 0, but here they are, 30 unanswered points later, and they lead by 8. And the run towards the finals at least continues for the moment until Nathan Hindmarsh coughs that up. Puts his team under pressure as Petro Sivanasiva prepares to come back onto the field for Penrith.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Parramatta, Nathan Kalis carrying the ball forward, trying to offload. A pass that didn't need to be made, but they were pushing there in support. Their support play is picked up, their energy is picked up, and their intent to run and gain momentum through the middle has improved. They've run to break holes. They haven't tried to finesse their way around this Penrith team. They've been prepared to take some bruises and go forward and play every play, not set up for plays. And that's when Parramatta are at their best.
Here's Pulatua. Penrith searching for a try to get themselves back into the game. Seems remarkable after the 22-0 lead. You could even say that, but that's exactly where they are. Nathan Smith, 10 metres away. They struggled under pressure last week to come up with a try. We'll wait and see what they do here. Pritchard, he's also there, probing, searching. Good tackle by Mortimer and Smith. Play number 5 in this set. It goes to Walsh. Out the back for Waterhouse. They've got some numbers. A chance for Penrith. Well read, though, by Luke Burt. He saw the long ball coming and came up to shut it down, making the tackle there on Purtell. Walsh juggles it. Last play, a kick across the uprights. Jennings goes up for it. Everybody missed it. Not Wayne Graham, though. He makes the play. We are going to check it.
Well, it's been the only way that they've looked likely to score points against Parramatta. And that's through their kicking game. And Luke Walsh putting it up. They're all onside. And I think they want to check to see whether there is any interference on Parramatta's players. And I just think he failed to come up with a football. Kristen Inu. Wade Graham puts it down.
I don't think there's any obstruction. It's just a matter of whether, well, I think Lachlan Coote certainly gets a hand on the ball. Did it go forwards or backwards from there? I think you'd have to say benefit of the doubt.
Well, we'll see here. Lachlan Coote.
Watch his left hand once again. And his right hand, perhaps. I'm sure he makes contact with the ball. It looks that way from both angles. You'd have to say, well, this angle here will give us a pretty good view at it.
Backwards.
You'd say backwards.
I'd say play on. And another try off a kick for the Panthers. Or will it be another try? We're assuming up here it will be. Russell Smith, what does he think?
He better put up green lights. He might not make it out of here alive. He says try. And we have an absorbing 10 minutes of action coming up right here at CUA Stadium, live on Fox Sports. The Panthers back in it, trailing by 4, with Michael Gordon about to try and convert from 10 metres to the left-hand side of the post.
Kristen Inu climbing above the pack, but unfortunately failing to grab the football, and it bounced perfectly for Wade Graham. And what a final 10 minutes we have in store for everyone watching. And Parramatta, off the back of that error from Nathan Kalis, made to pay.
Gordon missed a kickable one in the first half. Makes no mistake, that miss at the moment is the difference in the game. Parramatta 30, Penrith 28. You'd pay double or triple to see this, Stu.
Well, you would. It's one of the games of the year, and you got to feel for Lee Tamari. He's watched this game from the bench and the bike many times, and he still hasn't got on the field. So hopefully Daniel Anderson might put him on the last 5 minutes or so.
He might be ready for the Tour de France, but I doubt he's going to get a run at this stage unless there's an injury. Then you'll be going with the men you know, the men who have got you to this point. We'll wait and see. Luke Bird, with 8.5 remaining, gets us back underway. The kickoff will sit up for Pritchard. They're up there in his face, and they'll stop him at the 20-metre line. Ball might have almost come loose there. They were appealing the Panthers for a hand in the play of the ball and a stripping penalty, but it's play on. Here's Brad Tye, who grabbed the first try of the night all the way back in the 2nd minute. Pulatua met by Kalis. Hindmarsh is there. So is Justin Paul, who started the game for the Eels. Now Walsh back underneath is Waterhouse, running at Chris Keating, who put his body on the line with some help from Ben Smith. Fast play the ball. Keating left on the ground as Burns goes from dummy half, and they're back 42 away from the Parramatta line on the last. Here's Graham. He goes to Walsh. He runs to the outside, puts it in the air once again. It's Hayne there to take it once more. This time, though, Lachlan Coote wraps him up. 15 out from his own line, what they would have given to be able to have done that about 5 minutes ago.
Well, if you're not going to get there on time and contest, you need to make sure that you've got a wall of defenders in front of Jared Hayne. That pass looks suspect.
Well, they're on the wrong end of a dubious call when they looked likely to score earlier in the first half, but they got away with one there. Maybe things have just evened themselves up, but it didn't look as though Reisner Inu threw a forward pass by some stretch to Joel Reddy. Now Kalis. He's back within 8 of the halfway line. He'll play it for Keating. Haynes kick from outside the 40-metre line. Will go down the throat of Lachlan Coote at his own 10. He brings it back to run towards Keating, and he'll play it there, 28 out from his own line.
And now your discipline needs to be strong. You can ill afford to give away cheap penalties now, either side. And what team now starts to think about the result rather than the process?
Pritchard, he's almost through them, was. 5 on his own side of halfway. There's a collision. Justin Paul knocked to the ground, and Penrith will get a penalty.
Penrith have got one fight back left in them. Pritchard, a strong run, gained the penalty. Coote now finds touch. Parramatta, they will have to defend here. If it comes down to last tackle, they've got to provide some pressure on the kickers.
Listen to the noise this crowd is making. Pulatua 15 out midfield. They go to the right-hand side. Walsh hangs on to it. Too long, perhaps, for Waterhouse. They put it down with plenty of tackles up their sleeve, and Parramatta have it through Daniel Mortimer. Boy, they like that moment over again. Walsh in to double pump it. It just caused Waterhouse perhaps to second guess when the ball was going to come. Mortimer dragged back towards his own in-goal area. That'll be the first. Here's Keating giving it to Hindmarsh. It'll be simple stuff, you'd imagine, from the Eels to work it away from their own end, and then
Do you think
Haynes'
so?
boot.
Do you think so?
Oh, they wouldn't spread it, surely.
Yes.
But here's Mateo, and anything could happen when he's got the ball. He could have got an offload away. He had it poised for an offload. Good run by the lock forward. Keating. Do they know how to play that way?
I think it suits them.
Here's Manna. Pulatua left on the ground. Keating kicking from dummy half for the sideline, and he won't find it. Coop picks it up, steps away from Keating's chase. Ragged by Robson. 4.5 remaining. The Panthers down by 2. Here's Michael Gordon.
Have they got a shift of the football in them from inside their own half? Or are they just going to run it from dummy half? No, Frankie Pritchard, Jennings, that's the side now to tie.
Comes away from the sideline, wrapped up there by Reddy and also Inu. Here's Burns. He goes back to Graham. Stephen Seaver is back out there for the finale. Will it be a crescendo for Penrith? Now Graham to the line. Ball for Pritchard. A crash ball, all or nothing play, and he couldn't come up with it. The pass had to be perfect in that situation. The defence was sweating on him, and the pass was just behind him.
Well, they've jammed in all night. They have jammed in all night. And you just saw where Michael Jennings was. He was too close to the ball player. And he really wasn't an option out the back for Frankie